There is no doubt that learning is a fundamental skill in our modern society, but rarely do people try to improve it. Most students will often be seen rereading their notes to revise for exams, but it just doesn't work well. Instead, I offer you 5 easy ways to improve your ability to learn, allowing you to remember more information for longer and utilize it in a more lucrative way. Number 1. Self-quiz. Memory without recall is useless. It just means that you have the information saved in your brain, but you can't access it. Remembering information without being able to recall it is like building an enormous important folder with lots of information in and saving it somewhere you don't remember. Self-quizzing is essential as it allows you to locate your memories, making it easier to recall the information when needed. It's like acting out the moment that you need to use the information in an effort to make it easier to do so when the moment comes. You don't have to limit yourself to practice tests either. Self-quizzing could also be summarising what you've learned from a lesson, or productive meditation in which you go over the information and test your deep understandings while doing a low-tariff action like walking or driving to work. Number 2. Interleaving. Interleaving is where you differentiate the material you are learning before you have mastered learning it. This strategy involves the constant switching of learning between similar materials. For example, when learning greetings in a language, you should write down the translations of similar phrases such as good morning, good evening, and good day, and so on, and learn these all simultaneously in a random order until they have been mastered. This forces your brain to exert more effort and spot slight differences which will allow a better fundamental understanding of how the phrases are put together. Number 3. Spacing. Often, students tend to spend a lot of time studying one topic or subject per night, spending, for example, 3 hours a night learning maths and then the next night science, then the next night English. But this is less effective than spacing out the studying. If you instead spent 1 hour per subject a night, and so spaced out the learning of content of one subject between 3 days instead of cramming it all in one day, you'll remember more of the information. This is because it utilises the fact that us humans are constantly forgetting, but every time we remember something, it becomes easier for that information to be remembered. Therefore, by constantly reminding ourselves of information, we make it easier to remember the information than if we learnt it all in one night. Number 4. Relevant learning. This is where you place all of your effort on the particular part of learning which will benefit you the most. For example, if you just want to hold a basic conversation in Mandarin, then learning all of the Mandarin characters would be trivial towards your goal. Instead, it would be a better idea to learn how to pronounce certain words, as it's more accurate to the goal. You shouldn't spend time learning anything that can benefit your goal slightly, but instead recognise which actions will yield the most result for what you're aiming for, and target your learning there instead. This also works with topics which you are less familiar with. If a topic is holding down your overall ability, then that should become your priority to learn, as time invested into that topic will yield the greatest return. Number 5. Overlearning. Recognise the requirements of what you need to learn and then go one step higher. By learning the information that is above the level needed, it makes remembering the lower level of information, the information that you need to learn, a lot easier. This works because you are forced to continually ask why, which will further your knowledge and understanding of a topic. With a greater understanding, it makes information easier to learn as it allows you to recall your knowledge to make conclusions about what you are learning, and use this knowledge to remember the information. If you've enjoyed this video and learned something new, then please consider liking the video and subscribing. Not all of these tips will work for everyone, so try them out and see which one works for you. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.